Most international students get rejected by German universities, not because they're unqualified, but because of avoidable mistakes. Ever dreamed of studying in Germany but felt overwhelmed by the process? Imagine getting a world-class degree without breaking the bank. Most public universities here charge little to no tuition, even for non-EU students. In this video, I'll walk you through how to apply, enroll, and thrive in the German university system. Stick around, because your dream of studying in Germany is about to get a whole lot clearer. Why Germany? World-class universities, vibrant culture, and low costs. Public universities often have no tuition, just a small semester fee. Let's dive in. Hi there. If you're watching this, you're probably excited and a bit nervous about studying in Germany. And guess what? You're in great company. Over 450,000 international students are currently studying in Germany. Why is it so popular? Germany offers world-class education at globally ranked universities, a vibrant student life, and affordable costs. In fact, public universities charge no tuition fees in most cases. You'll usually just pay a small semester contribution of around $250–300 for administrative costs and student services. That's it. Compared to countries like the US or UK, this is a huge relief for your wallet. And don't worry about language barriers. Germany has hundreds of programs taught in English at both bachelor's and master's levels. Of course, learning a bit of German will definitely help you in daily life and boost your job prospects. More on that later. Speaking of jobs, Germany even lets international graduates stay for 18 months after graduation to look for work. Plus, you can work part-time, up to 20 hours a week, during studies to earn some extra money and experience. Sounds great, right? Okay, now that you're pumped about studying in Germany, let's get into the step-by-step journey, from applying to thriving on campus. I'll use a friendly, conversational approach, and I might throw in a relatable story or two. Ready? Los geht's. That's German for let's go. Step 1. Research and choose the right program and university. The first step is finding the right program and university for you. Germany has over 400 universities offering thousands of programs in various fields. Whether you're into engineering, business, computer science, humanities, or anything in between, there's likely a program in Germany for you. How do you find the perfect fit? Start by thinking about what you want to study and what your career goals are. Then, do some research. What German universities really evaluate: eligibility, academic fit, motivation, and language readiness. Mistake number 1: applying without checking eligibility. Degree not recognized. Wrong academic background. Missing subject requirements. German universities are strict about formal requirements. Universities don't want copy-paste letters. They want clarity, relevance, and purpose. Mistake 3: language certificate issues. Wrong test, wrong level. Certificate expires too soon. Language rules are non-negotiable. Mistake 4: missing deadlines. Deadlines in Germany are final. Late means rejected. Incomplete means rejected. Mistake 5: Uni-Assist confusion. Documents not verified. Wrong grading conversion. Missing certified copies. Uni-Assist is not optional. How to avoid rejection. Rejection does not mean you are not good enough. It usually means something was missing. DAAD database next. DAAD database. Check out the DAAD, German Academic Exchange Service Program Database, which lets you filter courses by subject, degree level, and language. It's a super handy tool to see all the English-taught and German-taught programs available. University websites. Once you have a few universities in mind, visit their official websites. Look at program details, course content, faculty, and any special research or facilities. Many sites have sections specifically for international students. Rankings and reviews. Rankings aren't everything, but they can give you an idea of a university's reputation. Germany has multiple universities in the world's top 100. More importantly, check if the university is known for your field. For example, TU Munich and RWTH Aachen are famous for engineering, LMU Munich and Heidelberg for sciences and humanities, etc. Location and lifestyle. Consider the location. Do you prefer a big city like Berlin or Munich, or a smaller student town like Heidelberg or Göttingen? Each has its charm. Big cities offer vibrant culture and nightlife, while student towns might feel more tight-knit. Also, think about cost of living differences. Some cities are pricier than others. Story time. When Sam, an imaginary student, researched universities, he made a spreadsheet of courses, entry requirements, and living costs in each city. This helped him compare options easily. You can try something similar. By the end of this step, you should have a short list of universities and programs that you're excited about. Once you have that, you're ready to move on. Step 2. Check the admission requirements and eligibility. Now that you've chosen potential programs, it's crucial to check the entry requirements for each one. Germany doesn't have a one-size-fits-all application system. Each university, and sometimes each program, might have specific requirements. So, let's break down the common things to look for. Academic qualifications. For a bachelor's program, you need a high school leaving certificate that's recognized as equivalent to the German Abitur, the qualification German students earn. Many international high school certificates are accepted, but some might require you to take an extra step. If your certificate isn't recognized directly, you may need to attend a Studienkolleg, a foundation year program, and pass an entrance exam called the Feststellungsprüfung. For a master's program, you'll need a relevant bachelor's degree, and often a minimum GPA. Each program will specify what background they expect, e.g., a bachelor's in a related field. If you're going for a PhD, you generally need a master's degree and a research proposal, but let's stick to bachelor's and master's for now. Language proficiency. Check the language of instruction. Is the program taught in German or English? For English-taught programs, you'll typically need to prove your English ability via IELTS or TOEFL. For example, a common requirement is IELTS 6.5 or TOEFL IBT 90+. For German-taught programs, you'll need a certification like Test DAF or DSH. Usually you'd need a Test DAF level 4 out of 5 or DSH 2 to enroll in a German language program. These are exams that show you have B2 to C1 level German proficiency. If you haven't learned German yet and your program is in German, consider taking language courses or look for preparatory language programs. Tip: even for English programs, learning basic German is highly recommended. It will make daily life easier and help you integrate. Other requirements. Some programs might have additional requirements. For example, certain fields like art or design might ask for a portfolio. An MBA might require work experience. Some competitive programs, like medicine or dentistry, have numerous clauses, NC, which is essentially a grade cutoff or limited number of spots. Always read the specific program page carefully to see if there's anything special you need, like an entrance exam or interview. Important: also check the application deadlines at this stage. We'll talk more about timelines in Step 4. German universities generally have 2 admission cycles. Winter semester starts October, main intake for most programs. Summer semester starts April, secondary intake for some programs. Deadlines are often around July 15th for winter intake and January 15th for summer intake, but this can vary, so confirm on the university site. Some master's programs have earlier deadlines, even as early as March or May for winter start, so keep an eye out. By ensuring you meet all requirements now, you'll avoid nasty surprises later, like finding out you needed to take an English test or submit a certain document. If something is unclear, reach out to the university's international office. They are usually very helpful in clarifying requirements for foreign students. Step 3. Gather your application documents. All right, you know where you want to apply and what the requirements are. Next up, prepare all the necessary documents for your applications. German university applications will typically require a set of documents to prove your academic background and qualifications. Here's a checklist of common documents you'll likely need. Academic transcripts and certificates. These are your grade reports and graduation certificates from high school for bachelor's applicants, or from your bachelor's degree for master's applicants. You'll usually need certified copies and official translations if your originals aren't in English or German. A certified copy means a copy stamped by an official authority or notary, confirming it's a true copy of the original. Proof of language proficiency. As we discussed, have your IELTS TOEFL certificate ready for English programs, or TestDAF DSH for German programs. If you haven't taken these tests yet, plan to do so in advance, because getting results can take a few weeks. Passport copy. A clear scan of your passport, photo page, is almost always required. Make sure your passport won't expire while you plan to be in Germany. If it's expiring soon, renew it before applying. Curriculum vitae, CV, resume, a 1 to 2 page CV, highlighting your educational background, any work experience, internships, skills, and maybe hobbies or achievements. Keep it concise and relevant. Letter of motivation, statement of purpose. Many programs will ask for a motivation letter explaining why you want to study that program at that university and how it fits into your goals. This is your chance to tell your story. Be genuine. Explain what excites you about the program, any relevant experience or projects you've done, and what you hope to achieve in the future. Try to tailor this letter to each university, at least a little, so it doesn't sound too generic. Letters of recommendation. Some programs, especially master's degrees, might ask for 1 to 3 recommendation letters. These should ideally come from professors or employers who know you academically or professionally. Be sure to ask your recommenders early so they have time to write the letters. Other possible documents. Some universities might have an application form to fill out, either online or PDF. Some might ask for a research proposal for certain research-oriented programs or PhDs. Art-related fields might need a portfolio. Check each application portal to ensure you're not missing any specific form or essay. Take the time to gather all these documents well ahead of the deadline. It might take time to get translations or certifications, so don't leave it for the last minute. Many students create a folder with all their scanned documents named appropriately, e.g., John Doe transcript.pdf, John Doe motivation letter.pdf, to stay organized. Finally, proofread your documents. Make sure names, dates, and details are consistent across all papers. Little things like inconsistent spelling of your name can cause confusion. Attention to detail here shows professionalism. Step 4. Submit your applications, Uni-Assist or direct. You've done your homework and assembled your docs. Great. Now it's time to actually apply to the universities. This step can feel like a big leap, but take it one application at a time. In Germany, there are 2 main ways you might need to apply. Via Uni-Assist. Uni-Assist is a centralized service that many German universities use to handle international applications. You send your documents to Uni-Assist, and they evaluate your credentials, like convert grades, check that you meet the requirements, and then forward your application to the universities you specify. Think of it as a common application portal. Not all universities use Uni-Assist, but a lot do, especially for bachelor's programs. If your target university is a Uni-Assist member, you'll need to create an account on the Uni-Assist website, fill out the online application form, select the universities to programs, upload your documents, and pay the application fee. The fee is usually around €75 for the first university, and less for additional ones, e.g., €30 for each extra university. This platform lets you apply to multiple universities in one place, which is convenient. Keep in mind, Uni-Assist has its own deadlines, usually same as the university deadlines, and processing time. It can take a few weeks for them to evaluate your docs, so applying early is smart. Direct application to university. Some universities, or certain programs, don't use Uni-Assist. They might have their own online application portal on their website. In that case, you'll fill out their application form and either upload your documents there or perhaps email them. A few traditional universities might even ask for documents by post, but that's becoming rare. Always follow the instructions on the university's admissions webpage. Special case: if you're an EU citizen or have a German degree already, the process might be slightly different, and Uni-Assist might not be involved. Also, for medicine, pharmacy, and some other highly regulated undergraduate courses, Germans use a national system, Hochschulstart, but as an international student from outside the EU, those rules might not apply, or you might still go through Uni-Assist. Just double-check if your program has any special procedure. Application deadlines. As mentioned earlier, be very mindful of deadlines. Generally, for winter semester, October start. Deadlines often between May and July 15th. Many bachelor's programs end on July 15th. Some masters might end earlier, May-June, if they process applications sooner. For summer semester, April start. Deadlines around January 15th, with some possibly in December for certain programs. These deadlines can vary, so check each university's site. And note, some programs only have one intake per year, mostly winter only. Plan accordingly. When you submit your application, double-check that you filled everything correctly. It's easy to mistype a date or forget to upload a document. Use any checklist provided by the university or Uni-Assist to ensure nothing's missing. A German university application is not just a form, it's a strategy. Documents matter more than you think. CV, motivation letter, language certificates, and certified transcripts. If using Uni-Assist after submission, pay the fee and send any required hard copies. Some Uni-Assist applications still ask you to mail certified hard copies of transcripts. This is changing, but verify on their site. They will only start evaluating after receiving payment and documents. After submitting, you might get a confirmation email, or you can see a status on the portal. Uni-Assist will show if your documents are pre-checked or if they need something from you. Now breathe out. The initial hard part is done. All you can do now is wait for the results. But don't worry, we're not going anywhere. Let's talk about what comes next while you wait. Step 5. Wait for admission results and plan ahead. Waiting is the toughest part, isn't it? After you apply, universities will take some time to review applications. It could be anywhere from a few weeks to a couple of months after the deadline before you hear back. Many universities send out admissions offers in batches, often around August for winter semester and February for summer semester, but it varies. While you wait, here are a few productive things you can do. Stay organized. Note down when each university is expected to announce results if that info is available. Keep checking your email and spam folder just in case, for any communication. Sometimes the university or Uni-Assist might ask for an additional document or clarification. Respond quickly if so. Research scholarships and funding. If you haven't already, use this time to look into scholarships or funding options. Germany has some scholarships like DAAD scholarships, or specific ones offered by universities or foundations. Even though tuition is usually free, a scholarship can help with living expenses. Deadlines for scholarships might be early, so hopefully you checked this in advance, but if not, see if any are still open. Prepare financial proof. If you're a non-EU student, start preparing to show you have enough funds for living in Germany. Typically, you will need about $11,000 to $12,000 per year ready. This is the amount required for the blocked bank account. More on that soon. It's good to plan how you'll gather this, whether through family funds, loans, savings, or sponsorship. Opening a blocked account, spare conto, can actually be done even before admission results, but most wait until they have an admission offer. Just know the requirement. As of 2025, the official amount is $11,904 for 1 year, around $992 per month, that you must have to get a student visa. Keep an eye on this figure, as it can update slightly year to year due to cost of living adjustments. Improve your German or English. If you feel you might struggle with language, use this waiting time to improve. Practice German basics. Being able to introduce yourself, ask for things in a shop, etc., will boost your confidence once you're there. If your course is in German and you're still finishing up a language course or preparing for a language exam, definitely use this time to study. Connect with other students. Look for Facebook groups or online forums for international students in Germany or at the specific university. There are often communities where applicants gather to share info, like TU Berlin International 2025 intake groups, etc. Just be careful of misinformation, but it can be nice to feel you're not alone in this process. Soon enough, the moment of truth arrives. You get an admission offer, hopefully. Let's assume you got into one of your top choices. Congratulations. You will receive an official admission letter, in German, often called Zulassungsbescheid, either by email or post. This letter is super important. You'll need it for the next steps, like your visa and enrollment. Make digital and physical copies of it. If you got multiple offers, you'll need to decide on one university. You can only enroll in one. Inform that university by following their instructions. Some might ask you to confirm acceptance via a portal or by sending back a signed form. Others might assume you're coming if you don't decline. But it's good to confirm so they know you intend to enroll. Now, with admission in hand, let's get practical. Financing your studies and getting your student visa. Step 6. Secure your funding and student visa. This step is crucial for non-EU international students. If you're from the EU, EEA, or certain countries like the USA, Canada, etc., you might be able to enter Germany without a visa initially, or at least have a simpler process. But generally, most non-EU students need a student visa, officially a national visa for study purposes, to enter and stay in Germany for university. And to get that visa, you must prove you have enough money and health insurance. Let's break it down. A. Proof of financial resources. Germany wants to ensure you can support yourself while studying, so you won't be in financial trouble. The usual way to prove this is by opening a blocked bank account, Sparkonto. Think of it as a special account where you deposit a required amount, around 11,000 plus for 1 year, and, once in Germany, you can withdraw a fixed amount per month, about $950 per month. The exact monthly cap updates periodically. This guarantees to the government that you have living expenses covered for at least 1 year. There are providers like Fintiba, Expatrio, or Deutsche Bank that offer blocked accounts for students. The process is usually online. You fill an application, show your admission letter and passport, transfer the money, and they give you a confirmation letter needed for the visa. If you have a scholarship that covers your expenses, or a sponsor in Germany who signs an official declaration of support, Verpflichtungserklärung, those can also serve as proof instead of a blocked account. But most students go the blocked account route. B. Health insurance. All students in Germany must have health insurance, and you'll need proof of coverage for the visa and later for university enrollment. If you're under 30, you can usually get affordable public student health insurance in Germany with providers like TK, AOK, Barmer, etc. once you arrive, costing around $110 a month. However, for the visa application, you may need to show at least travel health insurance covering you from the time you land up to when your student health insurance starts. Some blocked account providers bundle a travel insurance for this purpose. Alternatively, you can get a travel health insurance for a few months. The key is to have a document for the visa officer that says you have health coverage for at least the first few months of your stay, or longer. Once in Germany, you'll then switch to a student policy before enrollment. Tip: don't panic. Health insurance is straightforward, and universities will guide you too. Just know it's mandatory. C. Apply for the student visa. As soon as you have your admission letter and your financial proof lined up, and your health insurance or travel insurance document, contact the German embassy or consulate in your country to apply for a student visa, Visa Type D. The required documents usually include admission letter from the university or a confirmation of application if you are waiting, but admission is typically needed for the full visa. Valid passport, proof of financial means, blocked account confirmation letter or scholarship letter, proof of health insurance, or at least travel insurance, academic certificates, transcripts, diplomas. They might want to see the ones you submitted, possibly verified copies. Visa application forms, filled out, and maybe a motivation letter or study plan explaining why you are going to Germany. Some embassies ask for this. Passport photos and visa fee payment. Check the embassy's website for specifics. Schedule a visa appointment as early as possible. Sometimes there can be waiting times for appointments, especially in peak months, like August. Ideally, try to apply 3 months before your course starts. Visa processing times vary. It could be anywhere from a few weeks to 8 to 12 weeks, depending on your country and backlog. During the visa waiting period, do not buy a flight ticket until you actually get the visa, or buy one that's refundable, changeable. Usually visas are issued a few weeks before your intended travel. Also, if you're an EU EEA citizen, or from a country with visa-free entry to Germany, you might not need a visa at this stage, but you will need to register and get a residence permit after arriving. Always double-check based on your nationality. For many, though, this visa step is a must-do. Step 7. Arrange accommodation and prepare for arrival. Now things are getting real. You have your visa or are in the process, and it's time to plan your move to Germany. One of the biggest challenges for new students in Germany can be finding accommodation. So let's tackle that first. Student dormitories. Many universities have student dorms, run by an organization called the Studentenwerk. These dorms are usually the cheapest option, around $200 or $350 per month depending on the city. The catch is they can be in high demand, with limited spots. As soon as you get your admission, check the university's housing portal or the Studentenwerk website for your city to see how to apply for a dorm room. WG, shared apartments. A very popular option in Germany is living in a WG, Wohngemeinschaft, which means a shared flat. You rent a room in an apartment with other students or young people. Websites like WG-Gesucht, WG-Gesucht.de are the go-to for finding these. Prices vary by city, e.g., a room might be $300 in smaller cities, or $500 plus in Munich or Frankfurt. Start searching early. Big cities have a housing crunch, and it can take time to find a place. Private apartments. Renting your own studio or apartment is usually the most expensive route, and often not necessary for a first-year student. It can be $500 or $800 for a small place, again depending on city. Also, landlords might prefer someone who's already in Germany with an income, so this could be tricky before you arrive. Temporary accommodation. If you haven't secured long-term housing before you fly, consider booking a temporary stay, like a youth hostel, Airbnb, or a hotel, for a couple of weeks when you arrive. This gives you a base to search for housing locally. Some student dorms also offer temporary guest rooms for new international students. See if your university offers that. Tip: finding housing can be one of the most stressful parts of moving to Germany. Don't get discouraged by rejections or slow replies.
Cast a wide net. Be polite in messages. Maybe have a friend check your message in German, or write in English if you have to. Many students speak English. Universities often have an international office that might help or at least advise on where to look for housing. Aside from housing, here are other things to prepare. Travel plan. Book your flight or train once your visa is approved. Aim to arrive at least a couple of weeks before classes start, if possible, so you have time to settle in. Check if the university has an orientation week for international students. If so, try to be there by then. Packing. Important documents in your carry-on. Admission letter, passport, visa, vaccination certificates if any, some passport-sized photos, etc. Pack some essentials, but remember you can buy most things, like bedding, kitchen stuff, in Germany. Don't overpack. Focus on personal items, any prescription medications, with a note from doctor translations if needed, and a few comfort items from home. If you have space, maybe a small national costume or something for international nights, and adapters for EU power sockets. Learn about Germany. Take a bit of time to read up on the city you're going to. What's the weather like? German winters can be cold and dark. Be ready with warm clothing. How is public transport, etc. Also, note the requirement that you'll have to register your address once you rent a place. You'll go to the Bürgeramt within 1 to 2 weeks of finding housing to register. This is mandatory, but we'll touch on that in the next section. Contact any friends or contacts. If you know anyone in Germany or have seniors from your home country already studying there, reach out. They can give you on-the-ground tips and maybe even pick you up from the airport or help you settle in, if they're really nice. Everything set? It's flight time. Now, let's talk about what to do when you actually land in Germany.
Welcome to Germany. You made it. Now, there are a few essential tasks to tick off in your first days and weeks to officially enroll and start your semester. Register your address, Anmeldung. When you move into permanent accommodation, you must register your local address at the city registration office, Bürgeramt, or Einwohnermeldeamt. This is usually required within 14 days of moving in. You'll fill out a form and show your passport. In return, you get an Anmeldebestätigung registration certificate. Keep this safe, as you need it for things like opening a bank account and getting your residence permit. Enroll at the university, immatriculation. Enrollment is the process of officially becoming a student at the university. Each university will have specific instructions, but generally you'll go to the student administration office, or sometimes do it online, with your admission letter, your passport and visa, proof of health insurance, possibly the address registration document, and you will need to pay the semester fee, around $250 or $300. After completing enrollment, you will get a student ID card and/or a certificate of enrollment, Immatrikulationsbescheinigung. Congratulations, you're now officially a student in Germany. Residence permit. If you came on a visa, that visa is usually valid for 3 months or so. You'll need to convert it into a longer-term student residence permit at the local foreigner's office, Ausländerbehörde. It's a bit of paperwork. You'll typically need to fill an application form, show your enrollment certificate, proof of finances, blocked account details, health insurance, photos, passport, etc. Often you have to book an appointment, sometimes well in advance. Don't stress. Your student visa allows you to register for classes and start studying. Just make sure to apply for the residence permit before your entry visa expires. Now you've navigated the bureaucracy. High five. You might be feeling a mix of excitement and homesickness, and that's totally normal. Classes will be starting and a new chapter begins. Which brings us to our final part: how to thrive in your new environment. Getting to Germany and enrolling was a journey in itself, but thriving at university is the next big adventure. University life in Germany might be a bit different from what you're used to. So here are some friendly tips and insights to help you succeed and enjoy your experience. Attend orientation and make friends. Early. Most universities have an orientation week or welcome events for new international students. Go to these. You'll meet other students who are also new and eager to make friends. Universities often organize city tours, campus tours, and social events at the start. Making a few friends early on, maybe your dorm roommate or the person sitting next to you in a welcome session, can make you feel at home much faster. Get to know the culture. German culture might surprise you in little ways. Germans are generally very punctual, so try not to be late to class. Bureaucracy is a bit infamous, but you've already gotten a taste of that with enrollment. Don't be shy about learning the local etiquette. Simple words like danke, thank you, and hello, go a long way. Maybe try out some German cuisine, pretzels, schnitzel, or the many varieties of bread. Embrace the experience. Culture shock can happen, but see it as learning rather than something scary. If you ever feel down, remind yourself why you chose this journey and think of how much you're growing. Manage academics. German universities place a lot of emphasis on independent study. You might find that you have fewer hours of class per week than you expected, but a lot of reading or research to do on your own. Keep track of your coursework and start projects early. The semester will fly by. And note, exams in Germany are often at the very end of the semester, sometimes just one big exam or paper. So pace yourself and don't cram last minute. If your course is in German and you're struggling, check if there are tutorials in English or find a study buddy. Ask for help if you need it. Professors might not approach you, but they do have office hours and generally are willing to help if you reach out. We've covered a lot, from that first spark of, I want to study in Germany, all the way to thriving in your new life as an international student. By now, you should have a clear roadmap of how to apply, enroll, and succeed in the German university system. From researching programs, acing the application, getting your visa, to embracing the culture and academic life once you're there. Germany is a fantastic place to study, and thousands of students like you prove every year that it's achievable with the right preparation. So take a deep breath, believe in yourself, and get started on making it happen. Before you know it, you might be watching the sunset at the Brandenburg Gate in Berlin, or hiking in the Bavarian Alps on a semester break, or celebrating your graduation with friends from around the world. If you found this guide helpful, give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel for more student guides and tips. Got questions or want to share your own experience? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear from you and help out if I can. Thank you so much for watching, and viel Erfolg, much success, with your German study adventure. Until next time, tschüss. Bye.